I just finished my vlog. It is currently April 17th, and I'm awful. So as you can tell, I am walking. Oh, you can see it, but that scared me. Ah, it's a beaver. I was born in a town called Montebello, California. We lived, when I say we, I mean me and my family, I lived in California for 13 years. While living in California, we were a very family-oriented family. Did a lot of church. We moved a lot. I really had no foundation for who I was or who I wanted to be. There were so many options, and I didn't really know where to find my place or what like I was into, and I thought everything was about looks. So, anyways, we moved to Southern Illinois when I was 13. I picked up a skateboard and I skateboarded for the majority of my high school life. It was on and off, but it was something I did more consistently than anything else. I didn't really care about drumming. I started drumming around 11 years old, around 10. I didn't really like it, but it's something I did for church, and it didn't mean anything to me. And so I kind of gave that up a lot during high school, but I skated for the majority of my high school life. And when I got to the end of my senior year, I knew in the back of my mind I wasn't going to always skateboard forever, but I always had this dream or this idea that it'd be fun to travel and it'd be fun to skate here and there and check out different things. But that never really panned out. In my senior year, I eventually realized that music was becoming a bigger passion that I was in love with, and I had no clue. So around my senior year, I decided to try to go to a college called Greenville. I started drumming a lot more. I realized I actually liked it. I played in a lot of metal bands. I played in post-hardcore bands. I played in really cool groups who just did stuff. They didn't let anything stop them from living out what they love to do. Eventually moving, I fell into a really big black hole. I wasn't who I wanted to be. I kind of was on my own, so I started to realize a lot of things about myself that I didn't like, and it just got worse. So I began to hate everything, and along that process, I eventually just fell into a big black hole. I tried to impress everybody. I tried to be something I wasn't. I lost massive weight. I started doing drugs. I started to party more often. I started to be this person that I wasn't really proud of, but I kept being that person. Because that's the only thing that felt familiar to me. And most of the time, I think a lot of people will react to certain situations and stay there just because it's their new norm. So after leaving Greenville, I came back to Southern Illinois. I joined more bands, which were awesome, filled with incredible people. Some were sketchy, some weren't. Really, I was just in a rough spot. Lo and behold, I eventually had this opportunity to tour. I had the opportunity to record in Nashville. I recorded 2 albums, one band called Reclaimer, another band called Native Tongue. Super rad guys. I eventually did that for 2 years, 3 years, almost 3 years, and I realized that that wasn't what I wanted either. Um, music, music wasn't what I wanted, and I'm still realizing that at this point that life isn't what I thought it would be. So I'm somewhere around the age of 22. Um, and I just go into a dark hole. So I was convinced that life would be different. You know, I went through several relationships that didn't pan out. They weren't what I thought they would be. Um, I abused alcohol way too much. It put me in so many spots that I just wasn't proud of. I made a lot of people scared, and something just clicked in me one day, and I realized that I needed to change. You know, I put some friends in a rough spot that I'm just not proud of, and I realized that something had to change in me. Eventually I quit drinking. I quit abusing drugs. I just quit pretending, and I opened up to some people who opened up to me and showed me who I really was, and started pulling things out of me um, that they knew could change my life. And so at this point, I'm 22, and I was like, I needed a foundation. I needed to start over. So at the age of 22, I committed to a local church. I started changing my life. I found some people who decided that they wanted to give me a shot into something that I wasn't really familiar with, which was photography. Photography was something I never thought I would be doing. It was something that I did not even think I wanted for myself. I just thought it was a Tumblr thing. I thought being a photographer was like super artsy and something I would never fit into. But eventually it just made more sense to me. And so eventually a really rad guy named Josh Atkins invested in me, gave me a DSLR, and just said, look, I think you have a really good eye, and I believe in you. And he just invested in me, gave me a DSLR. And from there, things just started to change. I started seeing a different perspective for my life. I started seeing a different perspective for what I wanted for me. Photography gave me a different perspective that I never thought I would have. So here I am. I'm 3 years later, and I finally feel like I'm the person I want to be. I finally feel like I'm becoming the person I would always be proud of. And I still do music. I still pick up the skateboard every once in a while. Those are things I haven't given up, but they aren't things that drive my life anymore. Although music seems like it's coming in and out nowadays, and it's just something I still love to do. But photography right now is something that has my attention, and it has for the last 3 years. So ever since I started photography, I always thought that I would be doing to be honest, I never really had expectations, but I always thought I would be doing the adventure travel thing, because that's what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about seeing different places. I'm passionate about traveling the world. And my hope is that this is going to open doors for that. I don't know how, I don't know in what way, but I do believe that this is going to be the avenue for that. And a good friend of mine named Nathan McGee kind of told me, hey man, you need to share more of your life. And he's right. I've kept most of my life hidden for 3 years. The biggest things that I want to share with you guys, which the goals that I want to share, the things that I've been doing, I want to share for one reason. I want my life to change. And I know that sounds crazy, and I know there's been a ton of change lately in my life, but I want my life to change again. Some of the goals I have is to get back in shape. Over the last 4 years, I've gained a ton of weight. I kind of stopped caring about myself. I kind of stopped caring about what I look like. And that is going to be a limitation if I ever begin to travel, because if I'm not able to hike up the mountain I want to climb up like in real life because of my weight, I'm going to be super sad. that would break my heart. Another thing is I want I want financial consistency. And when I say financial consistency, really is I just want to be able to do the things that I love without thinking about the money, without having to think, man, I can't afford it, you know? So that's another goal. A third goal would be to buy a car that I can use. So for the last year and a half, I have not had a vehicle. My vehicle broke down, and I've been blessed with people who have just supported me, and I'm really grateful for that. But that's not what I want for the rest of my life. And I think a lot of people have it convinced that just because I haven't been able to buy the car or to have what I need, that I'm just like satisfied. I'm not satisfied. Like there's nothing I want more than to really have what I need. And I'm thankful for people like Edwin Linson, my brother Josh, my brother Israel, who have just invested in me, who have poured into me, who have supported me. I'm thankful for a father and a mother who love me. And I'm hoping that by sharing my goal in these things, that it kind of opens up even to myself who I want to be. So along with financial consistency, along with having a dream to travel, having a goal to travel, I also finally want to share that I have a goal to really just document my life, something that I can share with my future children, something I can share with family, friends, or you know, something that when I'm old and I look back, I'm like, man, I did it. I did what I wanted to do. I didn't let people stop me, and that's really what I'm sharing. There's a loud playing. I want to share these things with you to really help me to become more accountable of not losing sight of what I want to do and how I want to live. And I know that sometimes we all get in a rut and we all just get stuck, but it's really funny how I'm sharing with you guys where I'm at. I'm not in a rut. I'm not stuck. It's just things aren't the way I want them to be. And I'm hoping that by changing up what I'm used to, by changing up my routine, things will change. And I'm a firm believer that if you change things, things will change because you're not doing the same old. I can't consistently just take photos whenever I want, whenever I feel like it, and expect my life to go in the direction I want it to. And so really this vlog is meant to challenge me. This vlog is meant to help me do something different. And so make goals for yourself. Make things happen. Make things just document. Don't even make, just document things and document what you're doing. Even if it's simple, even if it's boring, I'm sure it's going to inspire someone. And so that's definitely another goal too. I want to inspire people. I want to share my passion. I want my passion to spark in someone else the heart to do something. And so that's my hope with all of this. So inspire, document, capture, challenge. I mean, there's so many words and so many things I could say, but and I know I'm kind of just ranting, but I just wanted to share these goals. I wanted to share what I want for myself and what I want my life to become for others. So thank you for supporting me. Thank you for believing in me. And I hope you don't stop supporting me. I hope you don't stop believing in me, because I need it. And it's because of you guys who have supported me before this vlog that I'm even doing this. So I just want to say thank you. And I'm grateful.